morning. It is not morning for me. The sun is setting. Great. Anyway, I have to move quickly because, like I said, the sun is setting. But more importantly, my battery is dying and my backup battery was at 0%. So, like, fantastic. Also, I put this shirt on specifically to be like, ooh, cool shirt. And it kind of just, I kind of could have kept the t-shirt on that I was wearing. What's this aesthetic? But I've got earrings on. Also, like, can't see them, but ooh. And the lipstick. I'm experimenting clearly with my look. In any case, today I'm going to be doing the check-in for the summer bucket list in August. August was quite a month. And here's the thing. Summer doesn't end until the 22nd of September. And I was going to keep that energy and keep working on my list until then. But I'm not sure if I will because I've been going through a lot of stuff and I've been like in and out of doctors. So I'm kind of just like, take some stuff off my plate. And also my computer, I was like, hey, computer, it's you and me for the next like 5 years. How about that? Good? And my computer said, no, we're not good. And I'm tapping out. So when this video will make it to the internet, we will see. Okay, let's run through this. I've been adding things up to this point. It's September 8th right now, but I feel like that's fair. If I stop it here instead of like August 31st, I'm like, fine, whatever. And I might just keep going. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a fall bucket list. But as of today, I have 650 points. I keep doing this, and this is my signature move, but as of today, I have 650 points. Go me. I did fall short of 1,000, which is the benchmark that I set up to get the Kaoli perfume that I wanted. But I do think that that's fine because I should not buy more perfume. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The thing that was motivating me was not the like prizes or like getting to reward myself. It was having a list. And I think in some respect having points, but I think like just being able to like check things off is way more motivating for me than like a dangling carrot or a punishment even, or like a deadline. Okay, so finally, I'm going to run through these. My camera is 100% going to die before I can finish this. Okay, journaling. Did not work out for me. I did very little journaling. But I did do a little bit more in August. If I want to journal more, it's going to have to be a more of an active effort. Maybe that's something that I can work on in the fall. I have to decide if I even want to journal though. Like, I'm not a diarist exactly. Like, I either write like fiction or I work through mostly negative things. So I don't just like sit down and write like, this is what happened to me today and like, this is how I feel about it. Just for the sake of doing that. I will really only do that if I'm upset. And even when I'm upset, some part of my brain doesn't like chronicling the events. Like when I'm journaling, I don't want to have to like explain. And I don't even like putting names down in my journal. I don't know why. Feels weird. Weird. I don't know why. It feels weird to me. Wearing jewelry, arguably the most successful thing that I put on this list. I've definitely worn my jewelry more often to the point where like people notice and now associate it with me. So, huzzah. I'll get to this later, but another thing that was on my list was to get a manicure and pedicure. Nails. Huh? I don't know. I don't know how to nail model. This is bad. The thumbs. I got nails done, and this is what's stopping me from wearing necklaces because now I can't get the clasp. I'll talk about the manicure later. But that is throwing some salt in my game, so to speak. But that is a barrier for me now. And it's making me not regret, but like not have to think about these things in a different way. Like if having nails is going to inhibit me from wearing necklaces, which I really have enjoyed doing, do I want to keep the nails? But at the same time, I didn't want them this long. They didn't listen to me. Anyway, racked up a few points of that. Next, trying pho. I did meet up with my friend who I promised 5 years ago I would try pho with, and we had pho. And it was delicious. I really liked it. And I will eat it again. I haven't had it again since then, but I don't know. I've experienced it now. There's not much to say. It's pho. This is something that I added later, but I also wanted to try having an Aperol spritz. It's gross. I wanted to like it, but it's gross. And my friend told me, hey, you can do that, but they're gross. This is a different friend. And she was right. If you love Aperol spritz, more for you. I hope you enjoy all of them. Pool days. So last check-in, I was like, oh my God, I thought I was going to be in the pool all the time, and I have not been in the pool at all. In like 8 days, I went to the pool 5 times. And then I went to the pool another time. Because I went out of my way to go to the pool, I saw that at the pool they had aqua aerobics. So it was the last few weeks. So I was like, okay, if I do this, I'll be in the pool. So I went to 3 aqua aerobics classes, and I went to the pool once on my own. I feel like I went twice on my own. Am I missing a day? I couldn't tell you. But 3 times aqua aerobics, 1 time pool on my own, and then 1 time I went to the pool with a friend. So I really got in there like swimwear, quite literally. Trying a new recipe. I did do this. I think in my mind, I was going to make dip. Didn't do that. And in my mind, I was going to do something very elaborate. Didn't do that. What I did do is I was given a like palm sugar gift set, which included some like sweetening syrup. And it came with a few recipes for like drinks and stuff. So I made one of the drinks. It is just the palm, it's just the palm syrup and like ice and water. I should try it again with sparkling water. But anyway, it was very simple, but it was a recipe. So I gave myself that. Next item, going to Dave & Buster's. This, I feel like I've been putting so much like weight or like importance onto Dave & Buster's. But when I went there, I ended up going with some friends to celebrate my birthday. And we had fun. It was a good time. And I got some silly prizes and souvenirs, and it was fun. However, in my mind, I was imagining like I would be in this like huge, like multi-level arcade that was like mind-blowing. And it was not that. This is what happens when you live a life where you don't have a lot of like common experiences. In your mind, because everyone has done it, it's more than what it is. To this day, when I'm driving, I'm still sometimes like, whoa, I can't drive. Next thing. It was my goal to read 4 books. I have now read 5. Yee-haw. I cannot recall the first 3 books, I must say. But I reread The Haunting of Hill House. I have a video about that and like the thoughts that were coming up in my mind when I was reading that. And I just finished Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton, which I really, 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 really wanted to read because Mickey 17 was one of my favorite movies from the past year. They are quite different, which I expected. I did expect them to be different, but it still threw me for a loop. It took me a while to detach from my expectations, which this is the struggle of adaptations and like reading and watching. And to be honest, I did not like the book until I got to like 80% of the way through, maybe even closer to 90. And I took a break from it and I was just like driving and thinking, and things started falling into place in my mind. And I started like deepening the themes of the book. And I was like, you got me where I needed to go. And then the last like 10-15% of it, I'm saying this in percents because I listened to the audiobook, so I don't know like pages. That last like chunk of it really kind of got me where I needed to be. I have criticisms of the book, definitely, because it took me that long to get on board, but it could also be because I had those preconceived notions with watching the movie. I was expecting a certain like vibe, but that vibe that I liked is Bong Joon-ho's vibe. It's not Edward Ashton's vibe. And what he was bringing to it was a totally different energy. It did manage to get me curious about the sequel, Antimatter Blues. And as someone who does not like or does not prefer to read series, I think that's like a big thing to me, that I'm at least curious about what comes next, because normally I'd be like, nope. Even reading it, knowing there was a sequel, I was kind of like, all right. It was a big thing for me. I don't like series. Anyway, next thing. Wearing an adventurous outfit. There were 2 outfits that I wore. I don't have pictures, but there were 2 outfits that I wore that were a little bit out of my comfort zone. At the beginning of the summer, I wanted to try to test the edges of my comfort zone with the clothes I wear and like how covered up I like to be, and just like what style I like. Like I was feeling around a little bit. So I wore a couple of outfits that I was kind of second guessing, and they were pretty basic. It was kind of tactile. Like, do I like the feeling of being this exposed or this type of cut or material? And in one case, I was like, this is fine. And in another case, it was the exposedness was fine. The material was not fine. So wearing booty shorts because my paper long, as the great voice of our time, Glorilla, says. Dancing at 100%. In the last check-in, I had mentioned I wanted to go have like a real good night out so that I could attempt this again. Because the last time I went to a club, or the last time I mentioned going to a club, I talked about how the vibe was really low and no one was having fun. And it was kind of a like stinker. So recently I went to a different club and it was K-pop night. And I was like, K-pop night, these people are going to be dancing. And they most definitely were. And I did have, for once, an excellent like night out at the club. I've had other like nights out that were good or like okay, but I feel like this was the first time I was like, I'm having a lot of fun. And it was like really, really great. So I'd love to go to that place again. I can't wait. Okay. Thrifting something cool. I'm like looking down at the things. I did thrift a few things. I got this necklace. Ooh. It's beady and cool. And I think it's on like a plastic like pie. I thought it was all beads all the way down and it would like have some give, but I think it's like beaded around like a plastic tube. And I got this necklace. This I think is really cool. It's kind of auntie or like art mom. Not the outfit for this. I haven't worn it out anywhere just yet. I need the right like shirt. I've realized I don't have button-up shirts, and this has been a recurring problem for a couple of years. I really don't have button-up shirts. I have the ones I wear in the summer to like cover up. That's a good like office dressing hack. I like to wear tank tops and stuff. I don't like t-shirts necessarily. So I'll wear like tank tops and then I'll wear like a linen button down over them to be more covered and more like office appropriate. So this is the other necklace. Now that I'm looking at it again, this is cool. I was, when I was buying this, I'm leaning this way because the mirror is behind you. The haters are trying to sabotage me, but I'm back. I'm reconvincing myself now that I have this on that I like it, because I kind of bought it because it was like in a like jewelry cabinet, like behind the counter. So they had to unlock it for me. And I was like, can I look at this one and this one? And the store was like really busy and everyone was like frazzled. So I didn't get the chance to like up close browse the way I normally would have liked to. And if I had more time, I probably only would have bought the wooden beads. But I was like, well, this is kind of cool. And it was like $3. So I was like, okay, let me buy it. Now I own it, so I should use it. And I do like it. And I almost freaking forgot. I thrifted this other cool thing. This amazing little purse. It's so thin though. And the strap is so little and so short. So I'm really excited actually to find a way to wear this and to like style it up really cool. It would be nice for like an evening where I don't really need anything, just like a little bag to put my phone. Yeet. My alma mater is having like a little thing, so maybe I'll wear it to that. That seems appropriate for an art school event. My neck feels so naked now. Anyway, I've gotten acrylic nails before. I did so before my vacation last year, but I didn't really get a full manicure. Like they didn't do the cuticles, and it was my first time getting a pedicure. I went and did this for my birthday as a like gift to myself. And for the most part, so here's the thing. The manicure and the pedicure themselves, I thought the person who did them really well. However, the nail art, when I show it to people, they're like, oh, that's cool. That's nice. But it was not what I wanted. And also, this isn't the shape I wanted. They gave me square and I asked for oval. Well, I wanted like squoval. And even like, as she was putting like the first layer of the gel, I was like, aren't you going to like shape it? And she was like, oh, that's after. Why would it be after? It's not after. So the thing is, when I was looking up the salon or like looking up salons in general, this place looked like they could do the type of art that I wanted. And I'll put the inspiration picture up and probably my nails next to it. It looked like they could do what I wanted, but I kind of feel like the place's Instagram and their like booking site has pictures from either a more advanced nail tech or from the owner. And then I was seated with someone who was maybe more junior or more of a beginner. And they just didn't achieve what I was asking for. And I just wish they had told me straight up, this is a little bit too complicated for what I can do. because I had 2 or 3 options that I had as like backup, and I would have just been like, oh, well, can you do this one? Or like, can you do this? Or can you do a more simplified version of this? And I would have been happy with that because I really wanted aura nails. And I've been wanting aura nails for so long, literally for like over a year. When I had my first like full set a full year ago, I think I was too scared to ask for nail art, and closed mouths don't get fed. So obviously I was starving and I just had a plain color. I low-key would go to them again, but I think I would get just like plain gel French. Like, it's not even that they did the acrylics bad, except for the shaping. It's not even that the acrylics weren't good. It's that I just don't think I want acrylics again. I think I'd rather have gel and not have the length and have it be like thinner and lighter and just get like French. And I'd go there for a pedicure again. The problem with getting your birthday nails done on your birthday is if you hate them, then you're sad on your birthday. And that's what happened to me. I had such a weird time on my birthday. I felt like, so I should have like gone out or something. I don't know. I was trying to celebrate by having my nails done and doing that and like, ooh, pampering myself. The other thing I didn't realize is manicures hurt. As she was like grinding down my cuticles and like cutting them off. That shit's painful. Wish someone would have told me that. I always see it. Like, I have been watching Girlfriends recently for the first time, and I always see them like getting pedicures like for fun and to relax. And it didn't feel like that for me. It wasn't relaxing. Maybe the next time I go, I will feel more relaxed, or it will hurt less because I don't know, maybe my skin will be less callous. Who knows? Okay, moving on. This one I think was the biggest deal to me, donating to a back to school drive, because I had mentioned how hard it was for me to even find one to donate to, but I did find one and I did donate. I had a bit of a revelation as that I was doing that, where I was expecting to, by going back to school shopping, to put myself back into like the place of being a child and going back to school shopping, but with an alleviated stress, because adult me had the money to spend that young me like couldn't ask my parents for. But instead of being like, oh, I can get but instead of feeling like, oh, I can get the character folders and like the fun like pencil pouches or whatever that like I wanted as a kid, I feel like I was in the mindset of a parent. I felt like I was in my parents' place because I was donating these things, and I gave myself a budget. And I wanted to get the most useful things for the students in need who are going to be using them. I got the name brand stuff where I thought that it mattered. Like, I got Crayola crayons, and I feel very strongly about Ticonderoga pencils, so I got those. Otherwise, I was just like, okay, let me get things that are useful and like sturdy enough, like in my experience. Like, I don't think the like one subject notebooks that are like Staples brand are worse than a different brand of like one subject notebooks with a cardboard front and back, like basic spiral notebooks, things like that. So it was kind of a weird experience because I was expecting to be in a space of like play, and instead I was in a space of like I felt like I was in like a parenting mindset. Sorry, I had to turn the lights on. So that was a fascinating experience for me, but I think it was good. I think that did like release the feelings that I had, or it like resolved the desire that I had. And I managed to get a good amount of stuff, so I'm happy about that. Okay, the last thing on my list I should mention is trying to do Vlaugust. I had high hopes, but my computer betrayed me. My enemies... I can't blame my enemies, it's me. My computer betrayed me. I was not locked in. I was on a pretty good clip, but there was a few obstacles that I just couldn't get over. And then it was like Thursday and Friday, those obstacles happened, so I couldn't put something up. And then over the weekend, I was doing my hair and I couldn't put something up. And then it just like snowballed into, well, here we are. But I wanted to do at least 4 videos so that I could get my points. The points are everything. I did, before the end of August, I did put up 4 videos. And I'll have to take that for now. And I'm just going to have to try again in a different month. The thing also about my computer is trying to do this in the hottest month of the year with my like little 2-in-1 tablet computer laptop overheating and not exporting the videos. It was maybe not ideal, but it's always the right time to try your best. So I tried my best and I did record more videos. So I have a couple of videos. The editing is the issue. And also brevity. I could use some. A thing that was working for me is I would set a timer for like 30 minutes and I would be like, this is how long you have to record. Keep it tight. Don't keep blabbing. And that actually helped me a lot, but there were a few like things or topics, things I wanted to talk about that took longer. So those took longer to edit and therefore it took longer to, so longer like in end length and therefore it took longer to export and upload. But anyway, learning experience, and I will keep learning. There was an idea that I had that I was too intimidated to do. So I hope to do that soon. So I guess I'm just going to have to keep seeing what the vibe is like with me and posting videos. As for things I didn't accomplish that were on my bucket list, I'm not going to go through all of them because it's a lot, but they fall into a few categories. There's stuff that I could have only been able to do by chance, and I just put it on here. So that's fine. There's stuff that I was fully capable of doing, but was not properly motivated to do, or didn't like make time to do. Or in a few cases, it was like, I fully intend on doing this thing, but I like second guessed it, or like the place I was going to happened to be closed when I thought it would be open, stuff like that. Then there is stuff I low-key didn't want to do, but put on my list anyway. I need to know myself. And there is stuff that was not clear. For example, one of my items is spa day. I don't know what a spa day means to me, because there are multiple days I was like, I'm going to relax. And I put on a face mask and laid in bed. But is that a spa day? There were things that I missed my chance on because of timing. Like I wanted to see fireflies and I wanted to go strawberry picking. The fireflies might just be like a chance thing. But the strawberry picking, I needed to time that. And I did not time that out to be able to make a plan and like go do that. The season ended. In the vein of things I wasn't like properly motivated to do, there are quite a few creative projects that I had on the list as goals. Like I wanted to get 3 paintings done. I haven't finished my first one that I started months ago. I really need to finish that. But now looking at it, I'm like, oh, I need to finish that. And it makes me feel bad. And I don't have time and I'm stressed out. Things I wanted to learn how to do, couldn't find a TikTok dance I can do. I don't think I'm a good dancer. I don't think I have the proprioception and the like mind-body connection to like learn choreography. I don't know, maybe someone taught me, but I've done like Zumba and stuff and I was doing the water aerobics And I was like, what? Huh? You go, how? And I was really fumbling. I don't know. Maybe I need practice. But TikTok did not see me dancing. Sorry. Volunteering is something that I really wanted to do. I will do it at some point. I need to deal with the stuff that I have to deal with first. After I deal with the stuff, then I will volunteer. I did, when I was searching for places to donate back to school supplies, I did find more organizations that I would like to get involved with. So that's good. It's on my radar. I will just have to push to do it. And then what I think I reflected on the most about some of the things that I didn't accomplish were there were things that I wanted to do, but I ended up relying on other people to do with me or for me and other people to go and do together. And because I was relying on other people's motivation to do these things, they didn't get done because they were not motivated like I'm motivated. They didn't want them the way that I wanted them. And that's fine. Like, you don't have to care about me getting a sunset portrait or anything like that. But there was an itinerary of things that would have crossed off boxes on my list, and I put it in the hands of other people. And I should have just done it myself. This is kind of like a hyper-independent mindset, but sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. I'm hesitating to voice this like fully because I know it's not like the best mindset that I have, but it is a mindset that I have, that when I ask other people for help or to like make things happen for me, they don't do it. So I have to do it. And it's good to know sometimes, or cases where that's just true and it can't not be true. If I want those things, I have to do them and get them. But there are cases where having that mindset is just trauma. But I was right though. And it wasn't just the people involved. There were other circumstances that were limiting. And when you're trying to schedule things between multiple people and they don't have the urgency you have or the commitment that you have, or they don't, like, they're doing the thing for you, but they're also not prioritizing doing it, like, it just slips through the cracks and it doesn't get done. That feels like a not great note to end things on, but I think it's important for me to remember when I make my goals to make them something that I can achieve, not something that I'm wishing for, which I did do a little bit of in this. It was #manifesting. But sometimes like the like hoping for circumstances to just arise means they just won't. So whether it was something that is impossible or improbable, or is just something that I can't like take the lead on, I don't particularly like having those things be my goals. I don't think it was a failure that I didn't get those things done. And you know what? There were even things on here that I was like, this most likely isn't going to happen. And it did happen, like riding bikes. I was like, I'm not going to do that. And I did do that. And there were things that I ended up doing that were not on my list, but that I did like thoroughly enjoy the experience of doing. So ultimately, I did a lot of stuff this summer, and that's good. And I want to like keep some of that energy and maybe like take some of these things into trying to facilitate or motivate me to have more fun in the fall or, you know, the winter. Year round, I should be having fun. My camera is still working. That's going to be it for me. If you like the video, like the video. If you have something to say, comment in the comments. You can subscribe if you want to see some more of me. I would really appreciate it. And goodbye.